TikTok, and it's so much tourism now in Japan, which is a good thing, but it's just a lot busier.
I come here, I find happiness, I find peace. I prefer this way of life compared to the West. I love it. And I lived in 2 Western countries now. I lived in America and Australia.
So one of the impressive things I saw when I went and visit Tokyo, and I just looked at the trees, how massive and how old they are.
What kind of image did you have? Did you change your image about Japan before coming and after coming? How did it change?
Because I've been here before, so I've had an image of what Japan looked like.
Yes.
But because of it's been 10 years since I've been here, it's a lot busier than I last remember. So even small towns, like we were in Yufuin 3 days ago, and it was just packed. So this tourism boom, TikTok, and it's so much tourism now in Japan, which is a good thing, but it's just a lot busier. So I was coming expecting it to be a little bit more quiet, scenic, beautiful, especially in wintertime, but it's been very busy, as you can see.
It's
quite busy around.
I can see.
But that was probably the only expectation I had. I sort of come in thinking we were going to go to some quiet towns and then to the busy ones as well. It's a bit more busy than I thought.
What about a first time? What kind of image did you have?
First time I had no idea. I just heard that it was really clean and everyone was just, very polite, and you have to follow your rules spot on and everything like that, because I was 13 when I first came here. So I was very, very small. But lots of vending machines too, which is good.
Oh, yeah, true.
Love that. Don't have that in Australia.
Oh, really?
No.
But why?
There's snack vending machines, but no
a drinks?
No, maybe every train station there's one.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it. But the expectation I had was that it was going to be just clean and beautiful, and it was exactly what I thought it was.
Okay, cool.
But
cool.
more.
More.
It's very scenic, it's very beautiful, the mountainside views that you can get in most countries, and especially around here as well.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. So every time you come here, did your expectation about Japan change?
Yes and no. I think yes, my expectation is that I'm gonna love it every time, and I do. But it's because the tourism is booming. It is definitely it's definitely interesting. I love it. Osaka, I just pictured, was a huge city area with lots and lots of food, and that's exactly what it is. Because I said I'd never been here, but lots of money in Osaka, which I didn't realize. I didn't expect that. I've seen Lamborghinis, Ferraris, I've seen Rolls Royce, lots and lots of money. The expectation. I just expected to keep improving technology to keep booming here. So
okay.
It just keeps getting better.
Nice.
Every time.
Good to know. Anything you want to say?
I love Japan. That's about it.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
So before you come in Japan, what image did you have? And after you come in Japan, or after you live in Japan, how your image changed about Japan?
When I first came, my image was it was split, I guess. I thought some of it was very anime, very cartoony, very. No one's really taking life serious. Everyone's almost just grown kids, just big kids.
Yeah.
And then the other half I thought was more maybe kind of similar to China at first. Not in towards government and culture, but more of how just everything's it's the same. Everybody's kind of similar. You just go here, go there, a straightforward path. Everyone kind of just. In those TV shows and movies when people just walk in a straight line, and it just kind of felt very organized.
Yeah,
that's what I thought at first. But then now I realize Japan is just very. I'd probably say it's the most peaceful country I've been in, and my whole life. It's just I come here, I find happiness, I find peace. I prefer this way of life compared to the West. I love it. And I lived in 2 Western countries now. I lived in America and Australia, and I don't really get the sense of peace, safety, calmness that I get anywhere else in the world. And I've been traveling quite a bit, and Japan just has a very peaceful nature to it. Even the streets, you walk to a small town, just complete silence. Even in the big city, complete silence most of the time. And that's just something that's really appreciative, I guess, of other foreigners. You can't get that anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would say that was one of the things I'm very appreciative again also of Japan.
Now you live in Australia, right?
Yes.
And then so the last time you got here and this time you got here in Japan, what kind of differences did you feel? Or did you find any differences the last time you got here or this time you got here?
I will say, I think because when I was first here, it was during COVID kind of, so there was no other foreigners.
Okay.
So at that time, I guess it was very hard being a foreigner here a little bit. But now there's tourists everywhere, and I think the staring has gone down. I would say I'm not really looked at as before I used to walk by, I hear Sugoi or Yabai. I would hear these, voices of words saying like they're excited to see me. Wow, you see that man. Now I don't really get that anymore. I think Japan, since COVID's over, is back open to tourism. It's very, optimistic, very open to foreigners now. It's very casual now to be a foreigner and not really be stopped or look. It's died down a lot. Nice. And that's great. It probably makes it easier for more foreigners to come and really enjoy Japan.
I feel like a lot of Japanese people are used to like seeing a lot of foreigners in Japan, so they wouldn't react that much, I guess.
Not now in the big cities, but I think now I have been to some of the small prefectures like Yamaguchi, Okayama. I've been to small cities like that where foreigners are very, very rare. Yes. But still great hospitality at the same time. So it's just but I don't know how it is in those cities yet. I haven't been to another city like that in a long time. But so far in Osaka, it's like almost kind of like Tokyo, where there's people all over the world now in Osaka. So I think it's calmed down. The diversity is very accepted now. It's very normal. So since COVID, I would say that.
Oh, so you feel more comfortable to like stay in Japan?
I would say, I've never lost comfortability. I think for other foreigners who are new to the country now, it would be a lot easier than those who came 4 or 5 years ago. It's a whole lot smoother now to come as a foreigner. It's like a new game comes out, something new comes out. It's all hype about it. It's all, but it's kind of calmed down. It's more easy. It's more doable now. It's more friendly, I guess, in a way. There's no more anxiety of being a foreigner and having to be scared or anything like that. Just welcoming, just very peaceful, very welcoming. It's just, I think it's a better process now to come to Japan.
Exactly.
Like right now, and I know like all over the world, people talking about like Japan right now is like the place to be.
Exactly.
It's like it's perfect. Sure. The best time to visit Japan is like right now.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
So before you come into Japan, what image did you have? And after you got here, what image do you have? How your image of Japan changed since you arrived in Japan and spent the time in Japan?
I think before you see pretty much everyone talks about like how you're very like modest and serene. Also with the anime shows, like that's kind of pretty big over there in the US and also in Mexico too. But coming here is actually like quite a whole different experience, a whole different world. Like nothing compared to like America or Mexico. Yes, like the way are so advanced here is just mind-blowing. I think that was the biggest thing. But also I like the fashion, and the fashion's pretty fashion forward too. Yeah, I like the fashion a lot. So I see that a lot. Like you're really like respectful towards each other, and you have really like rules, but it's nice though. It's a nice society, and it feels so nice. Like I said, it feels peaceful because over there it's nice. I love my country, but both cultures, but it's definitely a different experience, and you learn to appreciate both differences.
What about you? You got here 2 times in Japan.
Oh yeah. How big it is actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I've gone to some of the temples and some of the shrines here, and I was kind of shocked to see how big the castles are, or like how big the stones are. And I was like, I look in America, like we have big stuff too, but it's never at this massive scales of structures, or like old structures. Yeah.
A lot of walking.
Okay.
A lot of walking. Because over there, Houston's not a walkable city.
Oh, that's so huge.
Yeah, it's huge city, but a lot of driving. Not so much walking.
We just drive around everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is a lot more walkable city, and I enjoy that a lot so much from here.
Okay, cool. Yeah. When it comes to fashion, what kind of fashion were you surprised to see in Japan?
A lot more like skirts, a lot more baggier fits, and just in the acceptance of wearing like even anime clothes or anything like that. Because over there in America, it's kind of like not so common unless you're going to like a Comic-Con or something like that. Over here, everybody's dressed pretty nice.
America's more like comfy clothes. Anything that it makes you comfortable is what they wear mostly.
Gym clothes and
gym
everything.
clothes.
Yes,
Oh my
yeah.
I feel like here in Japan, a lot of people kind of care about what people see us. So I feel like that's why we're trying to be kind of, more fashionable in the daily life.
Yeah, that's true.
So you said like how big Japan is, right?
So one of the impressive things I saw when I went and visit Tokyo, and I just look at the trees, how massive and how old they are.
Oh, that.
When you compare it to trees that we have near in our city in Houston or even in Mexico, they're all very small and thin, but they're tall. But they're not wide.
Yeah.
Also, how mountainous it is too.
Oh,
Yes. There's a lot of mountains.
Yeah, a lot everywhere. So I have a question for you. So the first time you got here, and this is your second time here in Japan, right? Did you find any differences the last time you got here and this time you got here? When was the last time you got here?
Like 5 years ago.
Before
20
COVID.
Oh, before COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came here in 2019 around October or August. And that was in the summertime. It was so hot. I had never in Texas we have the same humidity in Houston, but I was like, when I came here to summertime in Japan, I was like, I never sweat in Houston, and here I was sweating.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Did you find like any technology differences, like train, or just nothing? Nothing changed.
Just I guess that'd be the Suica card. I guess.
Yeah. I hear a lot on TikTok that the Suica car is now like more mobile. And so I've been seeing everybody use their phones.
Yes.
And I even told them we should get it on the mobile, like phone, but you got the traditional, the card.
The card.
Yeah.
Because you can bring it home.
Yeah, more than anything.
Yeah, that might be the biggest differences. True, that's so true. Nice, cool. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much.